Okay, so I'm on a bit of a recording uh, course tonight. This will be the third recording I've done, but I wanted to touch on something in this vlog that I really wanted to open up about because I'm feeling um, open. I'm feeling at ease about things tonight, and honestly, nowadays it's kind of rare for me to feel this at ease, as sad as that is to say. But I want to talk about how religion has impacted my life. Um, I'm not going to go into too much detail because people may be impacted, but I wanted to share this because there might be people that have been in other positions as well. So let me just say straight out, for those that don't know, I had to deal with child abuse as a kid. It came from different sources. One of the primaries, was that somebody I trusted, and this person was very religious. Was very religious. Um, they had they were respected. They were um, I'll just leave it at that. But this person had a dark side. Um, there were things happening that the people that knew this person didn't know about. Um, and the stuff they didn't know about involved me as a kid. Um, there were also this was not just on me. This was not just on me, but I was a part of it, and it affected me. Now, this person was again, very religious. I'm not going to say what religion. I'm going to try to keep this basic, but no matter what religion, there are people in those religions that are elevated to positions, to roles that they are regarded as good people. Their people look to them, and it wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy for me because the world didn't see this person the way I saw them. They didn't see what was going on with me, what had happened to me. I didn't realize it as a kid, but as you look back on it, I've been dealing with it the last couple of years, since my breakdown, since I checked myself in, since I had the initial thoughts of suicide, because it all came flooding back. And I hated. I straight up hated people of a certain religious caliber. I was just like, how can you be so blind? How can you be so blind as to not see the dark side of a person when they're supposed to be full of a light, when they're supposed to be full of such good? But people didn't see it. And unfortunately, on my part, it was all but too late. The damage had been done to me as a kid. Um, that was really heavy. That was really, really heavy. Because you had this person that was somebody pretty important in a lot of ways. But unfortunately, when it came to their involvement in my life, there was a lot more dark than light. A lot more dark than light. And it was just a kick in the teeth, an insult to injury. When you realize that as an adult, this person that was supposed to be of a certain faith, that was supposed to be of a certain way, hid behind that. Hid behind that. That's a truth. That's a truth with religion. There are bad sects of religion, sects, sects. There are bad people in religion. We're all human. We're all capable of good and evil. And there are good things that come out of religion too. I'm not saying religion is purely bad, but when bad people use religion as a scapegoat to commit the atrocities that they commit, and they hide behind them, that unfortunately gives religion a very bad rep. And that causes people like me, that dealt with people like that, to, for a certain amount of time, hate, to develop a hatred for certain things, for certain practices, for certain types of people. And that's something I've recently gotten over, thankfully. But for a couple of years, when everything hit me, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how somebody that was so religious, that was so faithful to their beliefs that are usually regarded with such a good light, and yet the people that were a part of this person's vicinity, it's really hard not to go into detail with this, but I didn't understand how they didn't see the darkness in people. I didn't understand how they didn't see that they were hiding, that they were hiding their own evils by acting on their religious faith. In a lot of ways, they were playing a part. There are people that may disagree that people of a certain religious caliber hide evil behind their faith, and that's fine. But from my experiences and with the bullshit that I went through, that's unfortunately a very hardcore truth that I learned the hard way at the expense of a good chunk of my childhood, of the trauma that was inflicted on me mentally, and at times physically, in my childhood. Because this was a person that hid behind their faith. They hid in plain sight of other people of the same faith. Do I blame other people? No. I just blame this person that did it. But for a couple of years, I blamed religion. I blamed religion because religion, the way I saw it at the time, not so much anymore, but religion blinds people. Religion blinds people to what is actually going on. There may still be some truth in that somewhere along the line when it comes to hardcore fanaticism in religion. But there have been so many cases of religious leaders, of religious people committing atrocities, especially to kids. And unfortunately, I was just a victim of that. I've dealt with it. I'm still dealing with it, and I'll probably still continue to deal with it. But when it comes to the hatred I had for, again, people of a certain religious caliber, it's something I dealt with for a long time internally. I didn't really talk about it a whole lot. I didn't really talk about it because it wasn't easy to talk about. because religion can be such a fire starter. But I make this video because I want to share this. I want people to know that you're not alone. You're not alone, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But if you keep going, if you get the help you need, if you talk to people, if you reach out, and stay who you are, you can make it. Your struggle may seem like it takes longer than others. It may only actually be a shorter struggle than compared to most. But it's still a struggle. Sometimes lifelong, sometimes just short term, depending on who you are. For me, I'm still dealing. I've made great progress, but I'm still dealing. And again, I don't know how long it'll take. I know I'm getting better at standing on my own 2 feet compared to where I was a couple of years ago, with everything that had hit me, with my divorce, with my suppressed memories or repressed memories coming back at me, with my, suicidal thoughts, all happening in the same year. That was a tough year. It was a tough year. I honestly don't know how I made it. But I know that there were factors that helped me, such as my YouTube community here on. You guys were such a great help. I cannot express that enough. I had my family. I had certain parts of my family that were there for me. I had a couple of friends at the time that understood what I was going through. I've had online friends that reached out to me. And it's a support system that is very important. And if you don't have a support system, it's even harder. But what really counts is not giving up on hope, on not trying to get help. That's what helps the most. Because especially if you're dealing with a mental condition, not just the childhood trauma, but actual diagnosed being bipolar, being BPD, being PTSD, being anxiety, manic depression, it makes it even harder because that's amplified. Not just the trauma, but the amplification that your disorder causes of that childhood trauma. And sometimes your disorder comes and stems from that childhood trauma. It just goes to show you that the decisions that you make when encountering people, when encountering children, when encountering friends and family, the decisions you make, the words you speak to them, depending on how highly they regard you, how highly they look up to you, how highly they respect you, how highly they trust you, will have a ripple effect on their life. And it's up to you, and it's up to us to make it either positive or either make it negative. My life, unfortunately, has been a story, has been an example of what happens when somebody makes a very bad decision. Whether they know it's bad or not. And continues to do that a few times. I was a strong kid. I was a really strong kid. And I'm rediscovering where I was and who I am nowadays. I'm still in that process, but it takes time and it takes strength. It takes wanting to keep going. And it takes getting help when you need it. Checking yourself in if you have to. And knowing that there are people out there that suffer as you do. Maybe not in the same circumstances. Maybe not in the exact same way. But in general, they know that feeling. You're not alone. You're not alone. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Remember, you're awesome. Stay strong. Never let the world tell you otherwise. And just remember that religion gives people hope. But at the same time, people can also hide behind it. It's a sad fact, but it happens. See ya.